We understand it is too early to judge teams, but of course people have their power rankings out after week 1 in the NFL.
It's a tradition. We do it every week.
Yep.
And let's go through it where the Commanders are, and you can kind of give me your reaction to it. ESPN has the Eagles 1, Bills 2. Makes sense after those performances.
Yep.
They have the Packers 3 after they dismantled the Lions.
I think that's a little high for the Packers, but
they've got the Buccaneers 4, Ravens 5, Commanders 6. I can't put the Buccaneers ahead of the Commanders.
Yeah, the Bucks. That's a bit high too.
But the Bucks, yeah.
I can't put the Bucks.
I mean, that is a good win though at Atlanta.
They could have lost. All right, it was a close game.
Yeah.
And I like Baker Mayfield. Great throw there at the end, but they easily could have lost that game.
I love the addition of Egbuka.
I'm sorry.
That seems like a great pick by them.
Yeah.
I know it's a new
Godwin
season. The Commanders beat Tampa in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah,
so I have to have the
last year,
Commanders ahead of them.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think the Packers are too high at 3. Now that was
I'm surprised.
That was an impressive performance by them by shutting down that Lions offense.
Mm-hmm.
But Jared Goff traditionally struggles at Lambeau. They're coming in without Ben Johnson. They have a new offensive coordinator. So I kind of expected the Lions not to do very well in week 1.
Yeah, but it's still a good win. I mean,
it's a good win.
By the way, if Washington beat the Lions, everyone would be crowing.
I
just beat the Lions.
I was crowing about them beating the Lions in the playoffs.
I know.
I misspoke.
I think a lot of this has to do with who you played.
That was CBS's
Yeah, that's CBS.
poll.
That's Prisco.
Pete Prisco. All right, so Prisco's high on the Buccaneers.
By the way, Prisco's going to be on tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Very cool.
So we'll talk to him about that.
ESPN also has the Commanders at number 6, a little bit of a different order. They've got the Bills number 1, the Eagles 2. So they flipped the top 2. They have the Ravens at 3. They have the Packers at 4. They still have the Chiefs in the top 5. So no Buccaneers, Chiefs. And then they have the Commanders
They still
at
have
6.
the Chiefs in the top 5 after that performance against the Chargers?
ESPN does.
I can't have them in the
Prisco
top
has
5.
them 8. He dropped them 5 spots.
That makes more sense.
Prisco has San Francisco 9. I don't know if I'd put San Francisco 9.
With all the injuries that they've had, that's tough to have them in the top 10.
Didn't look good offensively to come from behind to beat Seattle, even though it was a road game. I don't know if I'd put them above Detroit at this point.
So CBS and ESPN both have the Commanders at number 6. If you want to chime in, 1-800-636-1067, where do you think the Commanders should be? Mike Florio, ProFootballTalk.com. Eagles 1, Bills 2, Packers 3.
Wow. And there's a lot of love for the Packers in the top 5.
Yeah.
Ravens 4, Commanders 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be singing a different tune about the Packers when the Commanders go in and rush for 150 yards against them tomorrow night.
You think they're going to be able to do that even though the Lions totally couldn't?
Yes. I feel like the Commanders' rushing attack, it's special because of Jaden Daniels.
I mean, it is. It's top 3 last year.
It's going to open up Bill for more rushing yardage. You know Jaden's going to get his.
Debo got a couple cracks at it.
I'm completely confident in their rushing attack.
I think where they're ranked 6, 6, and 5 is pretty fair based on week 1.
Right.
You know, I could make an argument that they should be lower if in a couple of these polls the Chiefs are lower. And I know what you're saying, but I mean they were in the Super Bowl last year. They won 15 games a season ago. Mm-hmm. I know they lost that first game. ESPN pointed out that their top draft choice, a tackle, looked really good in his debut.
Josh Simmons.
Chargers are not an awful team.
No,
Chargers are a good team. I mean, they're also kind of in that commander zone. If you look at a lot of these rankings, the Chargers, like in this one, ProFootballTalk.com has the Chargers 6. They put the Chiefs 7. So they're kind of all in that, and they have the Buccaneers 8. They're kind of all in that same little bucket of not the elite, which is Bills, Ravens, Eagles. And I guess some people have the Packers there after week 1. But they're right below.
I think 5 or 6 is actually kind of high based on what we did in the first week.
Except you finished in the Final Four last year.
Right, but if you just base it on that, I don't think we look like the 5th best team in
It's
football.
not just based on that.
Okay.
It's obviously based on last season, too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's coloring it. But if you looked at it just based on that performance, it was an okay game.
Because if you based it
wasn't
just on
special.
week 1, the Lions here on ProFootballTalk.com, they're 11. They'd be 25th. or 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's based on expectations too.
Yeah. Yeah, the Lions.
But there's some of these teams, again, I mean, Green Bay at 3, I mean, they are getting a lot of love, but they had a good year last year. A lot of people expect them to contend for a Super Bowl. They add Parsons. I can see why they're that high. Are they a couple spots too high? Yeah, maybe.
The interesting thing is,
would I put Green Bay over Baltimore at this point?
I'd have a hard time
I don't think I would. So, but we'll see.
The interesting thing is both CBS and PFT had Washington jump up 2 spots based on the win against the Giants. That also might be based on some other teams coming down, but both of them had them move up to. ESPN had them flatline. So ESPN before the season had them ranked 6th, and they remained 6th after that win. The Packers win would make them jump, though. If they beat the Packers.
Top 3.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They get vaulted into the top 3. A road win at Lambeau where they haven't won, I believe, since 1988. Now, again, that's a long time, but this is with a different breed of quarterback coming in week 2 in Jaden Daniels.
Isn't it amazing how the conversation is so different than the conversation we had for basically 25 years doing this show?
It's awesome. Love it.
We're talking about whether they're a top 5 team.
Yeah, we're optimistic
versus grasping at a playoff spot.
They're a Super Bowl contender. Like we've never been able to say that in the last 25 years.
And just think, if the Chiefs beat the Eagles this weekend,
which I don't expect to happen.
I don't expect it either.
I think the Eagles win.
But the game's in Kansas City, and it's going to be tough. But just think, I mean, the Chiefs go from 8 to probably 4.
If they win.
If they win, yeah.
If I were a Chiefs fan, I'd be concerned about that defense because Justin Herbert was doing whatever he wanted against that defense. And I just feel like Jalen Hurts and especially A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, who didn't really do anything in week 1, they could have a field day against that defense if they have that same approach.
Should the Chiefs trade for a disgruntled Tyreek Hill?
Yes.
And put him back in the Kansas City uniform?
I don't think it's a horrible idea.
It's not just a disgruntled. He has all kinds of allegations against him, too. He could end up getting suspended.
Well, maybe the Chiefs shouldn't then. Maybe you stay away from that.
That stuff usually takes a while. So, I mean, he may get suspended, but they could get him. I bet he could get in this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said it'd be worth the risk in terms of just production.
Just as far as...
He's clearly not happy.
What needs to happen Thursday night, they obviously have to cut down on their penalties. That was ridiculous. They have to do better on third down. Right, the Commanders were only 4 for 11 on third down. I think Jaden has to get rid of the ball a little quicker. We can't have some of these drops that we had, even if the ball's a tick behind you.
Yeah,
if it hits you in both hands, by and large, you need to catch it. Those are things that are jumping out.
You can't have the mental mistake of the grounding penalty and leaving points on the table.
Yeah, we just got to be more efficient.
Can't do that again.
We didn't have any fourth down plays where we pushed the envelope there. So we'll see if that situation, I'm sure that'll arise tomorrow night. See how they handle that. You're going to need another. Somebody's going to have to emerge. I don't know if you can rely on Bill, honestly, every week to be like kind of a stud. Somebody has to emerge beyond Jaden in the running game. I don't know who it's going to be, but they got some big runs from Bill. They got a big play or two from Eckler.
I think that's what they're just relying on.
Big play from Debo, obviously.
The committee of 4 guys.
I think it's going to be a committee, but somebody has to step up for sure.
I mean, I would assume Eckler is going to start again.
You need more from Terry. I feel like there's
Did you like that rotation of Eckler in the first quarter, Bill in the second, into the third, and then they split it a little bit late in the third, and then in the fourth, it was Bill and then McNichols.
I think it's going to be based on, like how the game's going, just the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
But I mean, it seemed like there was always someone fresh in there.
Yeah. I was surprised they gave McNichols a carry or two, actually.
He looked pretty good.
I think Bill just made a case for getting a bigger piece of the pie going forward.
Probably.
With his performance in week 1.
But you don't think he's going to be the first RB out there, do you?
I don't know.
No, I think Eckler will start.
Maybe they start with Eckler again, and then just he gets a series or two.
But like Eric's saying, it depends on how the game's going.
If
if they're down 14-3, they're not going to be running a ton. ton of RBs out there.
Yeah, if they get in a hole, if they're down 14-3, then Eckler has a bigger role because he's the pass catcher, and then you're chasing points.
Correct.
It'll be and again, how they handle Micah. Now, nobody knows him better than Dan Quinn, right? So that should be helpful.
Didn't help last year.
It certainly didn't help in that second game. Remember when they just took Jaden out after the first half? Because Micah and those boys looked like they were a one-man wrecking crew.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I'm Quinn and Kingsbury, I'm playing bully ball. I'm running right at Micah Parsons, and I'm daring him to stop the run. I'm going to challenge him, and I'm going to use Debo. I'm going to use Jaden, obviously. I'm going to run right at Micah Parsons. And if he becomes a premier run stopper,
you want Jaden to run right at Micah Parsons? I don't know if I want that.
I'm fine. I mean, I'd rather he be running away from Micah Parsons because unlike Jared Goff, Jaden Daniels can run away from Micah Parsons. I know Micah was, maybe we can get the audio. He was asked about that yesterday. He was basically saying, nobody's running away from me when I'm at full speed. Mm-hmm. And I tend to disagree. Well, I think Micah's going to look like Brian Burns out on the sideline.
It depends.
Trailing Jaden Daniels.
It depends how it starts. I mean, if Micah's got a full head of steam and Jaden's starting a little later, Micah's going to catch him.
Yeah.
If Jaden sees him and gets a little head start going, then he's not going to catch him.
I think Matt LaFleur, I don't think he gets enough love. If you think about Matt LaFleur, so he's been there for, I think this is year 7. Mm-hmm. He's been to the playoffs every year since except one. Mm-hmm. His total record 67-33.
He just hasn't been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, been to the Super Bowl. I get it, and you are judged by that. But just in terms of his success as a head coach in his first 7 years, and they're obviously expected to be a playoff team this year too. Man, he's won 13, 13, 13, 8, 9, and 11. Pretty damn good.
Being at a Wizards game.
And he was here for what, 4 or 5 years?
You guys were probably there. We were in a suite. And it was Matt LaFleur, Zach Taylor. It was a bunch of Redskins in there. Kirk Cousins. It was a bunch of Redskins in there.
Back when they were coaching here?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't remember that.
And I don't think McVay was in there, but it was a bunch of those young stud coaches. Mm-hmm. And look at them now.
I know.
All right, got to take a break. When we come back, we will play a little true false in the Junkies Blitz. Don't go anywhere.